throb never. I mean hard throb forever.
I just want to talk about something that just needs to be said on a basic level, pretty much. Looking at all of the stuff that's going on with the storms down on the southeastern part of the United States, Florida, Georgia, South and North Carolina, all of that, and the quality of service has been, identifiable amongst the American people. We've noticed a diminishing and a decrease of services, the quality of services and goods here in the United States, as well as people from other countries being in the United States and pretty much talking reckless about the country, talking reckless about American citizens, that whole deal. I think it's time for American people to really stand packed on American ideologies and American quality of life, because it's just becoming more apparent that people who aren't naturalized here, they have a disdain for the American citizen and the American way of life and the American quality of life. And over the years, if you paid attention, you'll see that they made deliberate and concerted efforts to diminish the infrastructure of the United States, to make it less stable. And I'm talking about from, roads and bridges and, everything that traditionally helped the logistics of the United States run the way that it had ran. Over the years, you notice that it was a deliberate removing of the American citizen from jobs and sectors that would keep these things in place and functioning and running the way that they should have ran. And they were the American citizen was being replaced by people who aren't from the country and don't really care about the nation's stability. I think it's time that people really start speaking out on that. Like like we in a microchip shortage, a microchip shortage. And they've been talking about that for a few years now, but think about that. They're releasing products now that is no way that they should have been released. The newest, smartphone from Apple, people complaining about that thing left and right. But they've gotten us into a situation where we're starting to accept things that would not have been acceptable in this country years ago. Now, I don't give a damn what they're talking about, well, things are changing. It's only changing because the American people is accepting it. We would have never accepted the type of thing that we got going on. Like even the fast food shit, and you heard many people say this, but even the fast food shit is terrible. Fast food. Like you'll go through and order something and you'll have to sit there and wait damn near 30 minutes sometimes before you get it. And when you get it, it's cold. So what the hell have they been doing? They're going to keep doing this shit until the American people say enough is enough. But what they're trying to do is switch the shoes of the American or the United States with some other third world country or multiple third world countries where their quality of service suck the way that it does. Like y'all can keep voting for these people. They don't have to live in your neighborhoods, these politicians and stuff. They don't have to go into factories and work. They don't have to go to the corporate structure and work there and be told what to do. Factory work, warehouses, restaurants, all those things, hospitals, all those things that make the American country run the way that it runs. They don't have to do that. They get their money from insider information. That they go in on a political salary, which can range anywhere from, 50,000, 60,000 to, a couple 100,000 a year, but then they come out, even before they come out of their position, multimillionaires. How the hell are they doing that? You see, they don't have to worry about the things that you have to worry about. But you can keep accepting this type of leadership from these people and letting them handle you like you're in the third world. See, they want everybody to be poor. They want everybody to, grovel and be bent over and looking like you don't have anything. They don't want you to have anything. Like, when are the American people just gonna say, okay, nah, enough is enough. We ain't accepting that no more. They run around here lying to us about where they sending the taxpayers' money to overseas. You got to think about this. Like, they can't fix or help anybody in the United States in any natural disaster that we've had in the United States, with people that have suffered from the California fires to Katrina to all the hurricanes in Houston, all the hurricanes in Florida, in, wherever any other hurricanes happen at, all the tornado damages for the past 10, 20 years. They ain't spent no trillions of dollars to repair no infrastructure or nothing like the money they sent to Ukraine. So why the hell y'all listening to anything that they have to say? Now, they're pulling the money out of the United States and sending them to places like Ukraine or to third world countries, where they shifting their businesses to. They're sending the money over there and telling you that, you've got to change your lifestyle. And then we got to listen to, for the immigrants who are doing this, coming here and talking crazy to us. Talking crazy to American citizens like we're the ones that fought for your country being shitty. Yeah, we live in America, but we don't have no, political power to get over there and corrupt your governments and all that stuff. So, like, man, it's just the more you think about this shit, man, like the port situations, like, ever since we started this shit with Russia a few years ago, if y'all remember, we had all this stuff, this whole issue of the manufacturing plants just mysteriously blowing up and burning down. Chicken manufacturing and slaughterhouse plants burning down. Beef, manufacturing plants and slaughtering and whatever they call that shit, where you handle and handle beef products, and all those places, burning down and blowing up. Remember that? Then a couple years ago, when that barge situation happened over in the Red Sea. Was it the Red Sea or the Mediterranean? I think the Red Sea, over there in Egypt, where they had that barge back up and everything came to a stop in the standstill. They had those shipping cargo containers all stuck in the waterway over there due to whatever they had going on over there a couple years ago. And I told people then, I said, yo, that right there, we finna have that same issue here in the United States. They letting you know what's finna happen. And now people looking at me, man, how'd you know that? Because ain't shit new under the sun. But people running around here with all these issues going on, and because you can still go to the store for the most part and buy shit, you thinking that shit is okay. But you ain't understanding that you're able to buy the shit because of the surplus in America. So it'll take a couple years before you really start to feel it. Now people starting to feel it, and you thinking that it's inflation. It ain't inflation, because you're not really getting no new products. They just done raised the price on the surplus shit, and pretty soon it ain't gonna be none. And they're gonna do this because nobody is taking a stand against this shit. It wouldn't be so bad if all this was going on and the majority of people, either lived in housing or it was okay for the housing place that you rented where you could plant your own food, Most people are renters and don't own their own property, and you can't plant anything. You can't have shit on your patio, on your terrace, you know, for the HOA safety rules, and like it's crazy that everybody sat around and let these people turn this country into a communist state where they got laws now on you stockpiling food. Motherfucker, what? Even a bug or an animal does that. What does a squirrel do in the summertime, the springtime, the summertime? Stockpile food. What do ants do before the winter comes? Stockpile food. What do bees do? Collect, stockpile nectar and pollen. But we are supposed to be told by people who are pulling the rug out from under the American citizen and out from under the country, destroying it from the inside out. They're telling you that you can't stockpile food or water. You can't even collect rainwater. It's against the law in a lot of places. For those of you that don't know, you better have purchased a water right to do that. Like, you can't make this shit up, man. So I'm just saying, just talking about this shit, and hopefully it sparks continued dialogue. I meant to say this the other day. And nothing against the people who are doing this. And I understand that you're worried about your monetization. You're worried about losing your platform or whatever. But this is why they're doing it, because y'all some scared ass motherfuckers. Weak. Sitting around here with these hundreds of thousand subscribers and viewer platforms, and you just a talking head talking about bullshit. You know how hard, and it's just me, how hard I have to search for content that I can just listen to that will feed that need for, substance material. And you got to sift through 300,000 content platforms before you find one that's okay. Celebrity gossip. With all this technological access and power, the best we can do is some talking head shit. Which is one reason I haven't activated the cameras yet. You see, back in the day, when it was just the radio back in, World War I and II and all that shit, when, those things, at least you could talk about substance things. Things of substance, things that matter. And then we keep wondering why the country is turning out the way that it is. Because everybody is a fucking sellout. And I get it. People want to get paid for the shit that they do. But you want to just create bullshit that, man, like this shit is crazy. Like with all this going on, nobody's talking about or giving people anything that is valuable to them that they can learn, like some tangible shit that they can use. I will say this, though. There's a couple people, and one of them is a guy named Lead Farmer 73. During this whole hurricane thing down in North South Carolina, Florida and all that, his channel has always been great to me. Lead Farmer 73, LEAD Farmer 73. His channel's always been crazy informative. Crazy informative channel. But he was definitely on there still giving out information for people to navigate and make it through the situations with their power outage down there. Valuable information. Not that he's the only one that's done it, but he's done it and kept doing it even when he didn't have to. His channel has all types of content on there, from growing trees and all types of shit. Valuable information. Fellow Ohioan, he's from Toledo. I'm from Ohio. But those are the types of things that we need. Like, you can't complain about, these platforms doing what they doing and y'all just sit by and let them do it. Like, I'm so sick of the talking head shit, man. But Americans got to stand up. Stand for something, man. Stand for something, or just let the shit become third world, fourth world, fifth world, 10th world. And shut your damn mouth. Don't complain when it gets that way. Shut your mouth and accept your slavery. I'm out.
Heart throb never. Heart throb forever.